రికార్డింగ్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది కదా మౌస్ పాయింట్ క్లిక్ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ చేంజ్
Start again. Okay, my dear students, it gives me immense pleasure to stand before you for making presentation on bank. Different authorities and different authors, they have given different opinion about the banks. In general, bank is considered as tank of money. Bank is a financial institution which collects the deposit of money from the general public, which can be lent in the form of loans and advances, on the condition that which is repayable on demand. Different authors and economists have given some structural and functional definition of bank from different angles. Bank is a financial intermediary institution which deals in loans and advances. As opined by Cranes or Cross, bank is an institution which collects idle money temporarily from public and lends to the other people as per needs. As opined by R.P. Kent, bank provides service to its clients and in turn receive perquisites in different forms. In the opinion of P.A. Salman, bank is such an institution which creates money by money only. In the opinion of W. Hawke, bank is such financial institution which collects money in current savings and fixed deposit account, collect checks as deposits and pays money from the depositors through accounts. In the opinion of Sir John Pezzett, a banking company which receives deposits through current accounts or any other form and allows withdrawal through checks or promissory notes, those are called bank. We should also observe what are the objectives of the bank. To begin with, first one is to establish as an institution for maximizing profits and to conduct overall economic activities. Second objective is to collect savings or idle money from the public at lower rate of interest and lend these public to any a higher rate of interest. Third objective is to create propensity of savings amongst the people. Next one is to motivate people for investing money with a view to bring solvency in them. Fifth one is to create money against money as an alternative for enhancing supply of money. Next one is to build up capital through savings. Seventh one is to expedite investments. Further, to extend service to the customers. Ninth one is to maintain economic stability by means of controlling money market. 10th one is to conduct cooperation and advice to the government on economic issues. 11th one is to assist the government for trade and business and socio-economic development. 12th one is to issue and control notes and currency as a central bank. It has to perform this function. For that purpose, it has to be established. 13th one is a central bank is to maintain and control the exchange rate as well as. Let us begin with the meaning and origin of the bank. The word bank is widely and extensively used and circulated. The bank in English carries the same meaning in Bengal. The origin of English word bank comes into being when, where, and how, which could not be especially identified. The history regarding the origin of bank, even after the 12th century, is not also clear, which has been based on some guesses. According to some writer, the word bank was derived from banco, bancus, bank or bank, all of which means bench upon which a medieval European money lenders and money exchangers used to display their coins. Anyhow, this word has been in use from the Middle Age in connection with a bank. In the word of a German writer, W. Frankes, It is a stool or bench was said to be replaced by bankage in the Scandinavian and in the mid of two European countries. Again, Dutch and French words banco were used to mean stool or bench, and in course of time, the word bank comes into effect. In the medieval age, Italian states were sound and solvent economically and commercially. At that time, a group of people used to conduct business of transaction of money sitting on a stool or bench, which was replaced by banco, banco, banca, banks, bancas, etc. It is assumed that the word bank was originated from these words. In the later age, an English writer, Macleod, challenged the above concepts. His contention was that the money lender and money exchanger used to display their coins which were not termed as banco, banque, banca. However, banco in Italian and banque in Germany and Australia were understood as public debt or issue of paper money. In the mid of 12th century, Italian states were under political turmoil, and in 1150, Venice was afflicted with enemies. As a result, the government introduced public debt or collective credit or post-subscribed loans at a 5% compulsory on the public for meeting economic crisis. During that time, this loan was called banque, banco, compara, monte, etc. So many thinkers think that the German word banque and the Italian word banco have been transformed into English word bank. Secondly, a different civilization also reflects existence of the bank. At different stages of the human civilization, many evidence were recorded for the existence of bank and coins. The archaeological symbols are evidence of this statement. During Indus civilization, from 5000 to 2000, coins were available in Mohenjo-daro, Pakistan. In Egyptian, coins were found in mummy of pyramid. In Bangladesh, coins of ancient were found at Mayanomiti of Komilla and Paharapur of Bogra. There are various religious and religion books. A lot of information regarding the banking business were incorporated in Quran, the Bible, the Veda, and the Mahabharata. Next one, the contribution of goldsmith and money lender as a businessman as well as businessman. For the growth and development of the banking business, the goldsmith, money lenders, that is Mahajan, and businessmen had a positive role. Goldsmiths, from the very ancient period, the goldsmiths over and above their own activities used to act as a custodian of the surplus funds of general people of the society. For that reason, they were recognized as a symbol of honesty, sincerity, solvency, and security. On receipt of money, they used to issue receipt, and on return of money, they used to take acknowledgements. Later on, these receipts were treated as deposit slips and check respectively. The deposit receipts were undoubtedly acceptable and popular as a notes of the goldsmith and afterward converted into banknotes. Besides these, they used to lend money with interest to the needy people, and thus the word interest and profit were introduced. In Middle Age, the goldsmith became very rich and affluent. At one time, goldsmiths used to deposit their money with the Treasury of England. During regime of King the First Charles in 1640, the reserve funds of the goldsmiths with London Tower were confiscated. Then they left gold business and got involved with banking business. Thus, goldsmiths had definite role for the advancement of banking. and bank. The money lender also called Mahajans, also played an important role for the growth and development of modern banking. They used to keep surplus of money of people and refund those in case of need. Later, they took it as a profession. They used to pay interest to the depositor and earn interest on loans. They also used to take security mortgage against loans. In Europe, they were called Medici, Banquiers, Pitti, Missouri, and in India, Indian subcontinent, Seth, Chetty, Multani, Kabuliwala were the Mahajans. In Europe, most of the Mahajans were Jews. Among us, the Shylock of Italy was one of them. Besides, Medici of Lombardy was the world famous. Lombardy Street in London was recognized after the name of Medici. Fateh Chand was also famous in India. The Emperor Farooq Shah ornamented him with the title of word banker. Let us discuss about the central bank. The bank which governs banking system and money market in a country is called a central bank. The primary function of central bank is to assist the government in formulating economic policy, in controlling and conducting money market, and also controlling bank's credit. Some specialized bankers, economists, and thinkers have given different definitions. A central bank is a bank whose essential duty is to maintain stability of the monetary standard. In the words of Descartes, the central bank is a banking system in which a single bank has either a complete or a residuary monopoly of note issue. As a bank, central bank is supposed to perform so many functions. Those are classified as follows. A, traditional or general function. First among us them one is issue of notes. The first and foremost function of central bank is to issue notes and coins as per needs of the public and requirements of the business and commerce. As per rules, notes are issued against gold, silver, and foreign currency. Second function is government bank. Central bank act as a banker and bank economic advisor of the government. The central bank conduct and maintain government accounts for all receipts and its payments. Third function is bankers bank. Central bank act as a bankers bank. As a rule, all scheduled and commercial banks have to maintain statutory liquidity ratio at 18% with Bangladesh Bank, 5% CRR, and bonds and securities 13%. Fourth function is lender of the last resort. In case of financial crisis of the commercial banks, central bank act as a lender of the last resort through lending against first-class securities, bill of exchange, so on. Fifth one is reserve of foreign currency. Central bank maintains foreign currency reserve. For the purpose of control of foreign currency, the following factors are responsible. A, for issuance of notes. B, for payment of liabilities. C, for payment of debts. Sixth function is clearinghouse. Central bank act as a clearinghouse for settlement of interbank transactions. Seventh one is credit control. Credit control is one of the major functions of the central bank. The following are the ways through which a central bank controls the credit. A, change in the bank rates. B, open market operation. C, change in reserve ratio. D, selective credit. E, direct influence. F, moral suasion. And G, propaganda. And second category of the functions performed by the central bank is purposeful functions. Among them, A, control currency market. Central bank act as a controller and guardian of the currency market for the purpose of formation, control, and maintenance of currency market for its overall development. Central bank is the pioneer. B, stabilizer of exchange rate. Central bank maintains stability of foreign currency exchange rates by means of controlling credit. Stable exchange rates position helps create favorable balance of trade and acceptability of stable currency gets momentum in the international market. C. Maintain gold standard. Central bank is responsible for maintenance and control of the gold reserve. D. Stabilize price level. Fluctuation and frequent changes of price level affect the economic growth with a view to making good of the economic imbalance and crisis situations. Central banks take necessary measures for stabilizing price levels. E. Stabilize business activities. Central bank formulates credit policies and with this spirit, central bank takes necessary steps to protect economic depression for stabilizing business activities. And further, it also helps for employment, developing the employment opportunities. Third category of the function is expansion and development functions. A. Development of agriculture sector. Central bank formulates policies for expansion of agriculture sector for the purpose of economic upliftment in the country. B. Development of industry. And C. Development of natural resources. Central bank plays vital role for tapping natural resources which may lead to economic growth. D. Other functions. It acts as an advisor and representative of government. Central bank advises government on economic issues and sometimes act as a representative of the government also. B. Economic research. Central bank conducts various economic research works and formulates policies for economic development. Central bank conducts survey on different economic issues for knowledge of the general public of the country. Let us discuss the distinction between the central bank and commercial bank. First one is central bank is the sole banking institution which is established through ordinance or special law of the government. But whereas commercial bank is formed on the basis of the banking company laws. Second difference is a central bank is established under the government ownership, but commercial bank is established under the both government and private ownership. Third difference is earning profit is not the main purpose of the central bank. Its main purpose is to control the credit system and money market. The main purpose of the commercial bank is to earn the profit. Recovery of loan is the mainstay of generation of profit. Fourth difference is in a country there is only one central bank, but in a country there may be more number of central banks. Fifth difference is a central bank is conducted exclusively under government control, but whereas commercial bank is conducted under central bank controls. Ninth one is central bank represents the country or state. Commercial bank represents the customers. Foreign branch, central bank has no branches abroad, but whereas commercial banks may have many branches abroad. 10th one is note issues the primary function of the central bank, but the commercial bank cannot issue the note. It can create the credit. 11th one is central bank controls the credit, but whereas commercial bank assists central bank in controlling the credit. 12th one is central bank act as a clearinghouse for settlement of interbank transaction, but whereas commercial bank are the members of the clearinghouse. They settle transaction through the clearinghouse. 13th one is central bank act as a last lender of the last resort for the commercial banks as a last resort. But whereas commercial bank gets assistance from central bank in case of need. 14th one is nature of work. The central bank is not engaged in general banking activities. That is to receive deposit, to lend, to create loans, etc. But whereas commercial bank is engaged in receiving deposits, paying money, or creating loans, etc. 15th difference is central bank controls foreign exchange, but whereas commercial bank helps central bank in controlling the foreign exchange. 16th difference is central bank does not make any investment for profitability purpose, but commercial banks must invest in various sectors for the purpose of making the profit. 17th one, central bank refinance commercial banks against first-class securities, bills of exchange, but whereas commercial bank takes refinance facility from the central bank itself only. 18th difference is the central bank formulates policy on development work, but commercial bank participate in the development program initiated by the central bank. These are the various difference in between the central bank and commercial bank. That's all. Thank you. We shall meet once again later on. Thank you, one and all. Yeah, Dharma. ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೇನಿ
Pause ಮಾಡಿ.
ನೋಡು
Pause ಅಲ್ಲ. Recording pause ಅಲ್ಲ.
ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು
Recording stop.
ಸ್ಟಾಪ್